save for later. Thanks.
And thank you, Amy. And I have a Chihuahua named Lola J. Lawson, and my favorite color is hot pink. So there's that.
How did I forget that?
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited and thrilled to be here today. Amy, it's just an honor to work with you. Top Nonprofits is such a valuable resource and organization, and I'm thrilled to be partnered with you guys, and thank you for your support. And, Amy, you touched on this, and I just really want to acknowledge everyone for showing up and doing the work you do on the planet. That really is who I am as a human being on this planet, is to do good at scale through social media and through storytelling. And the work that you do every day is making a difference in people's lives and the planet. And I am just grateful for your service. So thanks. And I'm thrilled that you're here to join us today. We're going to do giving season, social media made easy, and we're going to focus on platforms. So this is going to be a 45-minute chat. I'm going to talk us through the platforms and prepare us for Giving Tuesday, giving season, hopefully taking out some of the overwhelm around social media and even getting you to talk the talk and walk the walk. And, if you've been struggling with awareness and donation conversion, guess what? We're also going to show you some effective strategies to overcome these challenges and to achieve your goals. So you got a little taste of who I am. I am Amber J. Lawson, the giggly mouth that you're listening to. I am the CEO and founder of Good Amplified and a YouTube certified expert. And, my life's vision is to impact over 1 billion people's lives through storytelling across social media. And what we're talking about, social media is the vehicle to do that. And so I'm really excited to have this conversation with you today. And my intention is to bring value and inspire you. So cool. Here we go. And so I want to set you up to grab your value. There's just one thing I need from you, besides turning off your email and your cell phone, of course, is to show up, which you've done. Thanks for showing up. Take notes. So if you don't have a piece of paper or a pad, like Amy said, grab something to write down on, because there will be gems, and sometimes I talk too fast. So I will slow down and make sure that you are getting all of this. And if not, write down your questions as we're going along, and we'll have a time at the end to take a deeper dive or to clarify things that bubble up in our conversation. So definitely be prepared to ask questions and grab your value. So the goals of this discussion, pick your platform. Looking at this slide, you may be asking yourself, I did not even know there were this many platforms. When did this happen, and what are these things? Well, the good news is the bad news is this is just the tip of the iceberg. But the amazing news is you only have to pick one. Whew. So as we go through this, we're going to kind of strategize and formulate the best platform that will serve your needs and goals for this giving season. So let's look at this conversation through that lens. What are you looking to achieve for the end of the year? And as we talk through these platforms, go, oh, hey, that's the one I bet we can double down on and really be impactful. Or, oh, that hits our demo that we're looking to reach. Or, wow, I didn't even know about that. So that's the kind of aha moments that we're looking to generate here that help you navigate which platform to choose, to pick, to double down on. Sound good? Yes. Awesome. Oh, and there's a bonus. So since you're joining us today, I didn't want to just throw out platform information. I wanted to leave you with some tips and tricks on a couple of the platforms that will create immediate results that starts you or advances you on your social media journey. So spending this 45 minutes now will set you up to double your giving season donations. But you have to invest the time now. Oh, and feel free to share your aha moments on social media. You can tag me. I'm Amber J. Lawson, or Good Amplified, Top Nonprofits, and we use the hashtag #ABillionLives. Cool. So, let's get the elephant out of the room right now. How do you even know that social media will really help your nonprofit anyway, right? Organizations who are active on social media have a 20 to 50% increase in donations. I'll let that sit there for a minute. Boom. Another thing that bubbles up is we don't have funds. So what I look to answer in this conversation is how you can not afford to be found on social media, how you can not afford to not be engaging on social media. And we have a solution for that, and we'll share that with you in a bit. But here are 5 reasons why your organization needs social media. This is when you want to get out your pen and paper, by the way. If you haven't already, ding, ding, ding. So the first, engage and connect. So social media platforms, they're the perfect place for asking questions and opening up discussions with your audience. And our research has shown that starting specifically with a would or a should question attracts more likes, comments, and shares than posting just a simple statement. So opening up a dialogue with your followers makes them feel as though their voices and opinions are being heard and that they're contributing to the conversation and the solutions that you are putting out in the world. It also contributes to strengthening your relationship with them. So you're building your online community, just like you build relationships in life. The more touch points you have with your audience, the more invested they are in your movement. The second, drive traffic. So here's the thing, if you think about it, how often do you go to an actual website? So we find that people go to your website, they'll go to a foundation, a nonprofit's website to take a deep dive into what the organization is about, what is your mission, what is your movement, what are you doing, how do I contribute? That's like an occasional thing at best. And that's why social media is so important and potent, because it's a way to have that ongoing touch point. And they say, the almighty they say in marketing, it takes 5 to 7 touch points for someone to convert. So you definitely want to be having a daily touch point or conversation with them. So since we know they're not coming to the website, social media is the place to continually have that conversation and ultimately attract those donations, volunteers, and raise the general awareness of your cause. 3, shareable content means more exposure. I don't think this is maybe not the biggest aha moment. Obviously, the more times people see your name, your mission, the more awareness that causes. So if you have something that is shareable, that is something that someone will want to pass on to their friends to amplify the message, that is obviously valuable in getting a wider reach, especially around a specific campaign or around Giving Tuesday or giving season. Marketing tools. Well, I think we're all aware of the ALS Bucket Challenge, and obviously that was a very fruitful online campaign. And, I think that's a perfect example of the difference between a traditional campaign like television, radio, or print ads. Social media has the opportunity to create engagement. It's low to no cost, and a great way to run a marketing campaign that could have potential wide reach. I think that's mostly can be even more effective for small to medium nonprofits, whereas larger institutions may have past that or boards or things that contain them a little more than smaller to medium nonprofits, which tend to be more agile and able to hop on trends and activate on things quicker. And the fifth, extend your PR reach. So you're already doing outreach, right? The digital social media can boost your presence in the public eye. So I know in the past we've looked at, celebrities, whether they're local or national or global. There are also these other influencers or creators that are online that have followers and engagements in the millions and millions. And what's interesting about a digital influencer or social media influencer is that they have a direct relationship with the consumer. And so as opposed to doing a media buy, they are that distribution. And their conversion is much, much higher than maybe a traditional media spend. Tons and tons of earned media. This is something we at Good Amplified do. We match nonprofits with influencers. Influencers are looking to align themselves with causes that are organic to them and that they can care about. And so, it's putting these two together to make sure that they amplify that message. And that's something that has emerged, it's new in the past, 5 to 10 years. YouTube's only been around, 11 years now. So this is a whole new phenomenon, but super effective. And I have case studies that I can share with you if you want, or we can have another deeper dive talk about that, about the impact of these influencers. But no matter what, it's start small. There may be somebody locally that you can reach out to that would be an advocate for your organization. And I say start small. Bring them into the family. They want a home also, and you get to begin that relationship. So even if it's them posting a tweet or posting an image on Facebook, then that evolves into them participating in an event with you, maybe then creating a video, then participating in a campaign. It's not the short game, it's the long game, and creating that relationship over time. And that can be also at low to no cost as well. Certainly cheaper than a PSA commercial or an investment in a campaign. This is where we can help you get started, and by the end of this talk, you'll have an opportunity to begin your organization's consistent social media journey. Who's with me? I thought that was an Oprah moment. All right, we're digging in. So here's the problem, right? I was talking, before I even started Good Amplified, I really had a lot of conversations with a lot of different organizations to see where the pain points were. And a lot of organizations I talked to were finding that the fundraising landscape was shifting. And the things that they were doing in the past, maybe it was galas, maybe it was direct mail, whatever that was, wasn't as effective and certainly wasn't working with this new alien generation of millennials who don't even get mail. So we were like, how can we help these organizations navigate this? What's out there? So obviously there's a lot of different platforms that we can dive into and that you could be on. And the first one we're going to explore is the YouTubes, as I like to call them. What's crazy is YouTube is sitting on a pile of money. It's actually the only platform of all the social media platforms currently that you can make money on as a nonprofit from the platform. So I think we can all agree that the most effective form of marketing is storytelling, and your organization has amazing stories to tell. And we think that the most effective platform to tell video stories on and reach audience is on YouTube. Why, you ask, Amber J? I'm glad you asked that. Because it is it's the number one online video platform on the planet. That blows my mind. It is the second largest search engine in the world, owned by the number one, Google. So it's kind of like, if someone is searching for help, say they're diagnosed with a disease and they're looking for support. What do I do now? This is your opportunity, if that is what your mission is, to deliver on your mission. Because we, as humans, I don't know about you, but me, I immediately Google things as soon as I get home to find out more information. And your organization should be the one that bubbles up on top to answer their needs, either to help them in their journey, to give them resources, to give them support, whatever that thing is that you do. And, of course, the first thing that bubbles up in video content is YouTube. So having a how-to video right there to service someone in their time of need is delivering on your mission. It's also the third most visited website on the planet. Boggles my mind. So in figuring out your strategy, more 18 to 49-year-olds, men and women, are on YouTube than any television network. This says cable network. It's now any television network. So if you're not on YouTube, you're kind of not existing to this demographic. And we'll come up with demographics, and we'll talk about how each platform is different a little later on. Well, in fact, maybe on the next slide. But I will say this. One thing I want to share with you and why YouTube is so important and impactful is, so one of the organizations we work with is Make-A-Wish. And so we went in and we optimized their content on their YouTube channel. And there was a Kobe Bryant video from 2011. And you're like, Amber J, it was Kobe Bryant. And yes, you're right. It had like 600,000 views. But we optimized it, got it picked up in the YouTube algorithm. And within 6 months, it had 2.2 million views. So from an impact perspective, think of how many more people that was reaching and sharing this, the mission of, in this case, Make-A-Wish. And then from a monetary perspective, every million views equals $5,000. So that video that was sitting on a shelf collecting dust in the virtual world is now worth over $10,000. So I asked, what do you have sitting on the shelf collecting dust that could be making you revenue that you didn't even know about? And that's the opportunity of social media. Okay, so again, if you don't already have out your pen and paper, we're going to go through a little exercise here that will start you on this journey. So we're going to pick a platform, right? Here's the lens to look at when picking a platform. So there's 3 criteria. The first, what is your demo? So typically and most likely, if you are targeting women, which tend to be our highest givers, say women 35 to 55, Facebook is your platform. This is where we are most comfortable. This is, oh, did I just put myself in this demo? I did. I am this demographic. But this is where women are. This is where they're congregating. This is where that target demo lives. If you're looking for a man, 18 to 34, YouTube is the place that you want to potentially double down. If you are targeting millennials, Instagram is the place you want to hang out. And we'll go a little deeper into each of these, so I'll explain why. The second is, what is my content or mission? So, like, is the content that comes out of your movement and mission and nonprofit, is it visual? Are there stories to tell? Are there kids who are creating art projects and we want to see that? Is it a process through the art? Is it sourcing water and we get to see how that process works? So, like, what is it? Or is it text-based? You know, is it for Twitter? Should we be, you know, and you can have imagery on there. Is it tagging people? Is it causing people into movement? Those are the decisions in doubling down on a platform. What is the easiest thing that I have access to? And then the third bucket is, what's your goal? What's your call to action in this? You know, if you're on Instagram, we have found, doesn't convert for donations as easily as Facebook or YouTube. Whereas if awareness is what you're doing and you're a visual organization, Instagram may be the place that you want to double down and be putting out interesting, compelling calls to action that compels people into advocacy, that calls them into creating pictures or imagery of their own. So it's really, what is it that you are looking to achieve? So those are the three buckets that we circle around. And again, what that can, the kind of lens you want to look at. Now, this will be a zinger. 58, and this is, I think, even bigger now, 58% of women turn to YouTube to learn about products from everyday experts. 52% turn to Facebook. 50% turn to Pinterest, and 46% turn to Instagram. So, you know, they're here looking for your content to tell them what to do. A lot of people want to give, and they don't know what direction to invest in and put their money in. And if you're not there, you miss out on that opportunity. So we don't want to miss that for this giving season at all. Hope you're writing down your questions. All right, this is a little bonus, ding, ding, ding. So this is a small little content tutorial, and please note this. If you are demanding a deeper dive into content, then let Amy know, and we will set up a separate webinar all about content. But this is a high level, and hopefully to kind of whet your appetite as to what's possible. We believe in this Hero Hub hygiene methodology. Hero being your big stuff that you invest a lot of money in. It's glossy maybe. It's your PSA. It's that big thing that you circle around. Hub is your ongoing storytelling. And really, that can just be shot from your cell phone. If you are out in, you know, working in planting trees, take out a tree, you know, take out your phone and show us how to plant a tree. If you're, you know, Habitat for Humanity, show us building the houses. And then the third bucket is how to. And actually we talked, you know, this is a how to. We work with Habitat for Humanity, is how to connect a 2x4 with a nail and a hammer. Like, look, I'm a girl. I don't know how to do that. That is not my expertise. But guess what? I am going to go to YouTube, and I am going to Google that, and I'm going to find out if I need to hammer a nail, how I'm going to do that, or how to install a toilet. Whatever that is, how-to videos are the most searched thing on YouTube. So if there is a how-to in your organization, which 99.9% of the time, there is some sort of how-to in every organization. Pull out your iPhone and talk us through and post that. So let me walk through this. So how to make or how to create impactful videos people will love. They fall into 3 buckets. The first is topical. So, right, how many times is there like a meme going around or some sort of challenge, some sort of buzzworthy thing? Hop on it. It's timely, it's topical, join it. Again, with your cell phone, just grab a video. The most impactful videos on YouTube are not clickified at all. They are, in fact, the less they are, the more they resonate as being organic and truthful and relatable versus super produced. The second is showing value or valuable. Valuable meaning how-to videos. So what can you give them that would be valuable to them, bringing them value? And then the third bucket is relatable. Be relatable. Like in this case, how to piss off every New Yorker in 36 seconds. I think we can all relate to that in one way, shape, or form. And then the last thing always is talk to the camera. Look straight ahead. And I beg of you, shoot landscape. That means, okay, we hold up our phones up and down. That's not the way to shoot a video. Turn it sideways so it's lengthwise and shoot it landscape. And I promise you, your videos will perform 100 times more better and will look great. So I challenge everyone on this phone to go shoot a video by the end of day Friday. Who's up for the challenge? I'm seeing hands raised. Yes? Yes. All right. Our next platform that we are going to explore is Instagram. So, like, Amber J, why should this Instagram be part of our strategy? Why should we even be thinking about this? Well, I mean, if millennials are anywhere in your target, either now or in the future, this is where you want to be hanging out or be thinking about. Maybe not for this giving season, but as you're starting 2018, think about looking at Instagram, because it is a primary platform for millennials, not Facebook. Millennials are not the biggest fan of Facebook. So if a picture paints 1,000 words, I think that's what they say, then Instagram paints 300 million, because 300 million people are on Instagram daily. And 59% of online adults 18 to 34 are on Instagram. So here are the tips and tricks for just some. It's a little tip of the iceberg, but to get you started, if you are on Instagram in any area of your life, the best time to post anytime Monday through Thursday except the 3 to 4 p.m. window. Why, Amber J? Why not 3 to 4 p.m.? Well, algorithmically, this is a dead zone. And I'll get more into that when we talk about Facebook. But algorithmically speaking, this is not where you want to post. You can latergram on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. That's when we see the biggest spike. Listen, every organization is different. Your rhythm may be a different flow. Mornings may be more powerful. We find afternoons are like in the 6 p.m. Pacific time zone is a sweet spot for a lot of the organizations we work with. But you get to find that out, right? Like, we get to figure that out together as to where your particular sweet spot is, and then we can double down on it and really capitalize on that. Another point is change the settings in your Instagram so when somebody tags you, to post manually. And the reason you do this is to not let an opportunity go by. You get to see everybody who tags you in a post so you can acknowledge it, so you can like that post, so you can potentially regram it, right? And it's reciprocal. You're creating the relationship that we talked about, that back and forth conversation that builds advocates and donors. Use the most relevant hashtags. As you can see here on the bottom, is it 10 million posts or 87 million posts? Making sure that you're getting the most relevant hashtags when you are posting. And if you don't know already, hashtags are a big thing on Instagram. So that's how people communicate and circulate and follow in trends. So hashtags are key. And then just keep your audience in mind when posting. They're going to tell you what they like and what they don't like. Think of what is the audience you're looking to attract and what would bring them in, right? I'm a jaded internet user. What's going to convert me? What's going to get me excited? And what's going to have me take the action that you're looking to take? Awesome. All right, the one you've all been waiting for. Sit down. If you're not already sitting, sit down and grab on because we're going to Facebook. So, I know you all know this. Facebook is the most popular platform, especially for nonprofits. It's the one that we feel most comfortable with because we use it all the time. However, Facebook has become a pay-to-play platform. And, you may have 100,000 likes on your page, but that doesn't mean that all your likes are being exposed to any or all of your posts. In fact, on average, only 3% of the likes you get to see your post unless you are boosting. Now, there's a lot of ways to boost and to take advantage of this spend to achieve your goals. And they're like, it's $10. Like, what's $10? What's $20? But it's just not as simple as clicking a button and adding your credit card. The capabilities are always evolving and always updating and changing constantly. And that's why many big organizations hire an agency to stay up to date and relevant and take advantage of these new methodologies. And it's just not as simple as like watching a webinar or attending a conference or reading an article. That's why we create alliances with, experts like Good Amplified who can help you navigate that and get the most bang for your buck. So I know you are out saving the world. And so I hear a lot of organizations, their time and resources are tight. And so hence why having an outside team like Good Amplified handling your social media for you is so impactful. Why using Facebook Live is mission critical? Does that sound dramatic enough for everybody? Listen, the Facebook Live we have found is the easiest, cheapest way to create organic engagement on Facebook right now. Now, again, that can change very quickly. But they are right now, Facebook is committed to Facebook Live. So this is a product they're putting front and center, and so they're juicing it. They are giving it all the love of the internet. And what that means is all you do is go to Facebook, turn on Facebook Live, and let it rip on whatever you're doing. One of the organizations we work with, Found Animals, they have dogs and cats. People love dogs and cats. We literally turn on the camera and let it run. And from that, people come in, they comment, they love it. We're able to share the mission. It costs us nothing but to point and shoot. And we get reaches of 20,000, 50,000 just from that. So it gets amplified out from that. And then the crazy part about it is you download that video, and now you have a video for YouTube or any other platform that you choose. So it's a great way to make no-cost content and start building that muscle and creating a relationship with that audience. That live is, it's live. It's in real time. So you are able to get an immediate feedback from your audience, what they want more of, what they want to learn more of, and send them to your website, convert them into a donation, take an action, whatever that is. So with that challenge, so I'm amending my challenge. My challenge to you is do a Facebook Live, keep that video, and upload it to YouTube. Who's taking my challenge? Okay. All right. You're in the team. All right. So as I've mentioned, creating consistency, telling your story in posts and videos, it's just about building a muscle and taking that first step in your social media journey is as easy as hopping in. And we're here to be with you in that journey, to support you in that journey, and to support you to go off and do what you're doing, right? Rely on us. I asked you the question, do you see the value in social media? Do you see where that could be valuable for your organization? How it could drive your goals and impact? So one of the things in creating Good Amplified back in 2015, I had and have on a daily basis, I have conversations with organizations all the time. And there's a lot of time where, every time they see value, right? They're like, oh, we want that. We want to have that social media. We want to have that engagement. We want to build that audience with that next generation of donor, volunteer, or advocate. But we don't have the funds, right? It's just too expensive for us. We also don't have the manpower. It's too much time, too much effort, and costs too much money. And for me, that just didn't align with my vision. I'm committed to doing good at scale. And so that's been eating away at me for a long time. And so I was trying to figure out how I could help everyone, how we could impact the lives of everyone, leveraging the power of social media. So today, for my birthday, I get to roll out that vision, and I'm really excited that I get to share it with you. My commitment is to impact 1 billion lives through social media by the end of the year, and this is the vehicle to do it. And you can begin your social media journey with me for as low as $499 a month. Yes, I said $499 a month. And that's 10% of what our normal cost to engage with us is, or any agency out there, right? They really start at $5,000 a month to start you on your social media journey. But that's just out of reach for a lot of organizations, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. And so we figured out a way for this limited group of people to fill this handful of spots, to join us in partnership with top nonprofits in starting their social media journey. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, pick your platform. Hopefully you're already congealing around that right now. Like, what are you thinking? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it Instagram? Maybe it's Twitter. Maybe it's Twitch. We didn't even get into those, but we can. Maybe it's LinkedIn. The second is picking your frequency. At $4.99 level, we are posting original content every day of the week. Do you want to up it to 2 times a day, every day a week? Or maybe it's more engagement. And then the third bucket is that call to action that we talked about. What do you want? Do you want to convert to donations? Do you want to create awareness? What is it that would serve your mission, your nonprofit in achieving its goals, especially now? Like you showing up here in August, as it's still like, we only have a little bit of summer left before we get into September where the rubber really meets the road. So I acknowledge you for showing up on this call and caring about giving season and thinking about these things that are actually going to be the tools that achieve your goal for this Giving Tuesday and this giving season. We're not letting another one go by and miss the boat. We get to activate on our social media this year, and it's finally within reach. So this is the offering. I'll just walk you through what it looks like to join the Good Amplified network and be part of our team and start your social media journey. The links to these offers are in your dashboard. So it really is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You pick a level, whichever you want to play at, bronze, silver, gold. You're already winning. You get a kickoff email, which will give you a link to schedule your one-on-one kickoff call with our team, with the Good Amplified team. In advance of that call, you'll get a questionnaire that goes through in greater detail what we went through, picking your platform, what's the goal, what's the frequency, what's the demo we're trying to reach. And what we will also do is set up that pipeline of content exchange, right? If you're taking pictures out in the field, you get to send those to us either on a Dropbox or email or text or whatever we set up. There'll be a pipeline of content that we are in real time able to set up what's going on in your organization and or build up to Giving Tuesday, your giving season launch, whatever that thing is, your gala, whatever you have coming down the pipeline that we can then support. We'll safe lock your logins and start posting. It's just that simple. You can get started immediately. Usually there's this on-ramping period and then get going, whatever. Now, note, we get to start immediately, and it's an iterative process. We find out what's working, what's not working, what we like, what our audience likes, and we get to do more of that. We get to double down on what is actually working, and then monthly we get reports, and we actually get to see what that looks like. And we get to take that internally to our team and say, oh, my gosh, did you know we did this? Or to the board and say, this is what social media is doing for our bottom line. This is what social media is having an impact on delivering on our mission. And giving your board the ammunition and you the ammunition you need in order to fulfill on your mission and shift your budgets around, whatever that. I know a lot of organizations are like, we don't have a line item for this. Totally get it. Hopefully this is enough that stays under the radar of those line items that get you going and can be a proof to your board and to your team that this is something they get to invest in moving forward. We work with a lot of different organizations, like I mentioned, Make-A-Wish, Our Better World, DKMS, City of Hope, Found Animals, Lymphoma Research Foundation, Conservation International, all amazing organizations and many, many more. It's an opportunity I think, you can't miss. It's time to jump in and start your way to a prosperous giving season. And I'm totally excited to be on this journey with you. And now I get to pipe down, and I want to definitely leave time for questions about what we discussed. And, you can give me some birthday shout-outs. I'm open to that, too. And so I will turn it over to Amy to field questions, places you want to go deeper in. And I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for allowing me this time, carving out this time to hopefully inspire you and bring value to your day.
Yay! Amber J., you know what? The thanks right back to you. I mean, thanks so much for sharing this. And we have such a huge group of folks on the line. We've got questions coming through. We do have 10 minutes. So any other questions, get them in now. So I would definitely recommend. And thank you. I'll pass along the birthday wishes to Amber J that is coming. So quick question, or let's say first question. Amber J, from Marlene. Marlene had a question about faith-based nonprofits, so i.e. churches. Can they benefit from YouTube monetizing? And I wasn't really sure the specifics, so maybe you could speak to that.
Yes. So here's the thing about YouTube and nonprofits. Any 501c3, that's the distinction, is the 501c3, gets to tap into the special tools that YouTube has for nonprofits. So yes is the short answer. Any YouTube channel in good standing can monetize their channel. And that is just, it can be pennies, nickels, dimes, dollars, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, and people are making millions of dollars off of their YouTube content. And depending on the flow of your content, that is a totally doable thing if that is where you double down. So yes, churches, any religious organizations, as long as they're a 501c3, political organizations, and then, traditional nonprofits all fit into that category. Did that answer your question?
Okay, thank you. I think it did. And Marlene, good. You can always email Amber J at amberj@goodamplified.com if you need further clarification. So I hope that answered your question. And we have a question here too from Susan. She'd like to know if the nonprofit, she said, the nonprofit of which I am president features children. What are the implications of, quote unquote, exploiting them or featuring them or using, like children being on YouTube, their ages 7 to 8. So any advice you have on that? I know that is of interest,
yeah,
sure, to a lot of folks.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of children's organizations, and ultimately it's and hospitals, like so HIPAA laws. It is about getting consent. And I know a lot of organizations, we work with fostering organizations or adoption organizations, and what we have found is, let's not exploit anyone, right? Like, that's not okay. What has worked in the past is who is moved by what we're doing, who has an experience they want to share, and do you want to share it in video form? And they sign a release, and then we do what's comfortable for them. Within reason, we certainly don't want to push anyone to be doing something that is inappropriate or uncomfortable just to get a video or a post. That I don't think that serves anybody. But what does serve people, like so in fostering organizations, people sharing their experience, whether it's the parents or the kids, or when the kids have grown up, they share their experiences. But we've had kids at 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 sharing their experiences. Teen Cancer America, kids having their experience of going through cancer and cancer treatment, sharing their journeys is so helpful and impactful for those who are in it, and the highs and the lows and how to get through it. There's nothing more impactful than someone who is on their cancer journey getting here are the 3 things that gave me relief when I was going through chemo. Here are 3 things that brought me joy when I was in the darkest of days. And they may be just that little sliver of light that someone can grab onto that gives them hope and empowers them to power on through that journey. And so those are so, so important to share those experiences. And again, like whoever's willing to share it, we don't want to pressure someone into a situation that's not comfortable for them, but knowing that they can make a difference in someone's life, I think is so powerful.
For sure. And thanks for mentioning that. I think, going back to the point you were making about, the types of posts that engage, whatever platform you're using, it's about the audience, right? And it's about the people who are involved in your organization. So for those of you playing along at home, I just want to let you know, I posted a quick poll question. Just if you could respond to that, that would be cool. We just wanted to get a little feel for, how involved, how many of you have a YouTube channel currently. It says we have a YouTube channel, that we is your organization. And then we have questions, a couple more questions, so let me get to those while you guys answer that poll question, and then I have another poll question to ask. So, okay, so Amber J, hold on to your hat. Let's see. This could be a little bit long. This may go a little over, so your best stab at an edited answer to how does it work to boost your Facebook posts? That's a question, Pat.
Say, ask how does it work to boost it?
How does it work to boost it? So I know that's kind of involved, and that's a lot to cover in less than 3 minutes. But what advice do you have on boosting Facebook posts?
Yeah, I'll give you a high level. Like we kind of talked about, any post that you post, you have the opportunity to boost it, and you can just push the button, and Facebook has made it very easy for you to donate your money to Facebook to boost posts. And, I would say it can be more complicated than that in order for those boosts to be effective. But just to start trying it out, try a $5 boost. Hit the button and see how that works, right? And then, the good news is it's not a lot of money that you're putting towards that, and you can see how it works. Then if you're working with an agency, obviously that's how you get to optimize those posts even more and squeeze the most out of what you're trying to do, whether it's converting someone to come to your website, to go to the donation link, to engage in whatever you're doing.
Okay. Well, I think you answered that as well as for sure. Thank you. And I will direct you guys, Amber J, you can email her. You have her email address, and email her with any specific questions beyond that she can be more helpful with you. And there's another poll question. We have done Facebook Live posts. So if you guys if you guys have done Facebook Live posts for your organization, please, or not, just answer that polling question. Then we're going to go over the results quickly before we wrap up. And Amber J, you made the comment to please, for the love of God, record on landscape. Is that the same for Facebook Live as it is for regular video? That was my question. Sorry.
Yes.
I get to ask the question.
And yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Please.
Okay.
Whatever you do.
Please.
From this phone call, please record in landscape. And it just, that is how video is formatted. So when you output that video for any reason, for planting on any other platform, that will ensure that the video fills the screen wherever it goes. So landscape, 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 even in your Facebook Live. Thank you. That was a good question.
Always landscape. Okay, good. Good to know. I was corrected by my daughter the other day, so I wanted to make sure that was good information she gave me. So quickly before we wrap up, just wanted to let everybody know sort of where you guys kind of fit in the what other folks are doing kind of realm. I know I always like to know what's going on with others in my peer group. So the responses from the YouTube channel, we've got almost 48% of you said yes, you have a YouTube channel. 38% said no, and 14% said they're not sure. So for those of you, I hope after today's talk from Amber J that you know that having a YouTube channel is huge. It's ginormously important. I can't underscore enough, if you're not there, it's like you don't exist. And that's not only, that's for the the younger demographics, but more and more, I'm up there, and I run into people all the time who are my age and older who are now going to YouTube because of those how-to videos whenever they need to learn something. So that is interesting. And also just share the Facebook Live. Let's see how many folks have done a Facebook Live. Let's see. Okay, so yep, about 31% of you have posted Facebook Live posts for your organizations, and now you know to do them on Landscape, and 56%. So these are both areas in which everybody here can really start growing a little bit on that journey. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and say thank you again. I'm going to let you know that you will be receiving 2 emails today. You'll get a follow-up email from Amber J. And then a little bit later, once the recording is finished, you'll get an email from Top Nonprofits with the recording. And you're welcome to share the on-demand recording, any of the assets that are in the resource list, share them with your team or with colleagues. And with that, I will say goodbye and thank you, and I will let you close it out there, Amber J.
I just want to say thank you. I wish for you a prosperous Giving Tuesday and Giving season, and I look forward to working with all of you. And have an amazing weekend. Oh, and enjoy my birthday. Thank you, Amy, and thank you, everyone.
Wonderful. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, guys. Hello. Welcome. Hi, everybody. This is Amy DeVita from Top Nonprofits, and I'm really excited that so many of you guys are here today and listening and watching. We have a fabulous, incredible guest speaker today, Amber J. Lawson, hi, Amber J. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi.
Hey.
Hello. All right. You can only hear us. You can't see us right now, but you can see her picture there on that lobby page, and if that gives you any indication, she's a very excited, she's a fabulous speaker, and